Hi guys, welcome and who dat? I'm Joe, and today I'm going to be bringing you a preview of the Week 11 matchup between the defending Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams as they come into town to the Caesars Superdome to take on the 3-7 New Orleans Saints. Rams are 3-6. So we've got a battle of the powerhouses here. A lot of injuries in this game. I believe the Rams will be without Cooper Kupp and without their starting quarterback, Matthew Stafford. So Vegas has the Saints as a 3.5 point favorite right now. And I don't know if Vegas realizes how banged up the Saints are on offensive line. I guess if they know more than I do. Let's pull up the offense. This is what it is for this second. Having Adam Prentice at fullback for the last 2 weeks really hasn't helped the running game. Don't know if we're going to get Ian or JP Holtz back. Don't know if that's going to matter one way or the other because the offensive line is going through it right now. Center Eric McCoy is on IR, so Josh Andrews is going to have to be our center. Now, Andrews can play guard too, and I'm not sure if they want to put Ruiz at center and put Andrews at guard, or if they're going to keep Andrews at center like he was this past week. We're still without Andres Pete. And James Hurst had a concussion in the game, and he's out right now. Ramczyk is questionable, listed as questionable as well. But I believe Hurst is going to miss the game, as is Pete, and of course McCoy. So when you have a shuffle going on your offensive line, and you have to face Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for the Rams, that is not anything I'd want to wish on any quarterback. Now we're going to start Andy Dalton again, and Dennis Allen hasn't been forthcoming when it comes to these injuries. Seems like every player that's out for more than 4 weeks isn't put on IR. It seems like every player that's about to come back doesn't. Jameis Winston we were told, is healthy enough to play, and now we're being told maybe he's not so healthy enough to play. I don't think anybody's healthy enough to play behind this offensive line. I can't even tell you who's going to be in the game this weekend. I mean, I'm assuming Ruiz will stay at right guard. Josh Andrews will be at center. I think Throckmorton can move over to left guard, but there's a chance we'll probably play Lewis Kidd there. And if James Hurst doesn't play, it'll be Landon Young at tackle. So, ugh. No, one more thing I'm going to mention about the offense is I didn't catch the inactives before the game started last week against the Steelers. And we made Marquez Callaway a healthy scratch. Now, Kevin White was active, and Kevin White was in like 30 something plays. The thing that Kevin White does better than Callaway is he's a better run blocker. But other than that, White was a former first round pick. Callaway is an undrafted guy. Is this coaching staff really thinking, no, we're going to go ahead and sit Marcus Callaway this game and give Kevin White a chance, who ended up with no catches in this past game? Look, if you come up to me and you ask me, who do I want to start between Kevin White and Marcus Callaway, I'm probably going to slap you and then start Marcus Callaway. So why would you start Kevin White? He's a better run blocker? Okay, so you plan on running the ball 40 times? Because you only ran the ball 15 times. By the way, Traquan Smith was active, and he is our best run blocking wide receiver. I think he saw the field for 12 plays. Do we have coaches that are in love with Kevin White or something right now? Did Marcus Callaway do something to piss somebody off? I don't know. That's the offense. And as far as the coaching goes, just I just don't expect anything good. Yeah, when Taysom Hill's at quarterback, teams are going to play the run. You have to mix that up, okay? Because if you're going to run into an 11-man front, I'd rather it be Taysom Hill than Alvin Kamara, okay? We signed David Johnson to the practice squad. This team doesn't know what they're doing. They signed Derek Gore to the active roster. They had Jordan Howard. He was on the practice squad for 2 weeks. Then he was brought up for 2 weeks on the roster. He got like one touch total. And now we've cut Howard and Gore, and we signed David Johnson to the practice squad. I mean, do we even know what are we doing here? I mean, is there a running back out there that we like? Is everybody that we think we like coming in and looking like garbage? Are we signing people that are turning out to be bad players? What is this? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a bad reflection on the team. You want to sign with the Saints? Go ahead. They'll probably cut you the next week, but whatever. They won't give you any touches, and then they'll cut you. I don't understand what's going on. And all three of these running backs we could have got months ago if they were any good. David Johnson's friends with Mark Ingram because they played together with the Texans, I think. So okay, so there's that. Let's bring up the defense. The defense is a little more predictable. We didn't have Marcus Davenport last week, and he may miss again this week. But we have great depth at defensive end. Cam Jordan is dealing with an eye injury, and he hasn't practiced all week. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. No pun intended. Marcus May has been limited. He missed last week. He's been limited. But we are without JT Gray. We're still without Bradley Roby. We're still without Pete Werner. I got to say, though, Caden Ellis played very well in that spot in the place of Werner. He's played pretty good for the last 2 weeks. Pete Werner had surgery on his ankle, and apparently he's ahead of schedule. Now they're saying he may be back before the season ends. Yeah, but we've been told that Winston was healthy and then he wasn't. We were told that Marshawn Lattimore would only be out a few weeks, and that the man's missed a month and a half now, it seems like, and was never put on IR, temporary IR, to free up a spot. We were told Michael Thomas was close, and then all of a sudden he's on IR. So I don't know what's going on with these injuries. Marshawn Lattimore may not play the rest of the year. I don't know why he'd be in a rush to anyway for this team at 3-7. So there you go. That's the Saints right there. Boom. That's your team. Half the people that I'm showing on this roster aren't practicing. The people that aren't on the roster are on IR. Yeah. So this game against the Rams, I don't think we have much of a chance. I think if Jameis Winston was playing and we called a game where he could get the ball out of his hands fast, I think we'd have a better chance of winning. Jameis is notorious for holding onto the ball, so yeah, he'd likely struggle with this backup offensive line against this Rams team, and I think Dalton's going to struggle as well. I haven't seen anything in the last couple of weeks to give me any hope at all. I think Vegas is crazy. My prediction for the final score is the Rams 17, Saints 6. That's all I can come up with in my head for the Saints. I think Dalton's going to get sacked 5 or 6 times. I think the running game is going to struggle again. I think we're going to need a miracle. And the Rams are playing below par and coming in injured. But that's how the Saints have been. We don't look very good, even against really bad teams, for the majority of the season. So that's my prediction. One more thing, I think the city should look into getting another corporation, the naming rights for the Superdome, something that could be a little more truthful in advertising, which I hate. But, I love honesty in advertising. I just hate advertising. But here's some suggestions for you, City of New Orleans. Maybe Gail Benson can cozy up to the Superdome staff and they can make this work. But here's some suggestions for you. How about the Dirt Devils Superdome? Or we can go with the Hoover Superdome, perhaps Eureka Superdome, maybe iRobot Superdome. And last but not least, the $5 Hooker Superdome. All of these things have something in common. That's right. Saints suck. I'm Joe. Subscribe to Rosenfield 10 for more videos like this. I will be covering the Rams Saints game after this weekend. Until then, you guys take it easy. Bless you, boys. Who dat?